In this demo, I will teach you how to create a 3D drawing on a two-dimensional surface so that your words or objects seem to be popping off of the page. What you'll need to start would be a piece of paper, a pencil, and a ruler. Then you'll need to choose a word. The word can be anything from something that you live by, your name, or maybe a word that describes how you're feeling during this time. What I would do first is I would map out where that word is going to go, and I do want you to place the word small in the top left-hand corner of your paper. So I'd map out 2 horizontal lines, and I would try to fit my word within those 2 horizontal lines. So you can see on this paper I've already drawn my lines, and now before I use a ruler, I'm just going to start to sketch out the word that I've chosen, in this case the word hope, so that it fits within my borders. We are going to turn our letters into 3-dimensional objects, so that means you do need to draw in bubble letters. If you are unsure of how to do this with certain letters, there are tons of ideas online. Just Google it. Once you have finished drawing your word, you're ready to trace with pen. In this case, I'm going to use a micron because they don't bleed easily, but you could use any pen or Sharpie that you have at home. If you don't have a pen or you don't want to use a pen, you can definitely use a pencil. Just clean up your edges, make sure they're nice and straight. Use a ruler to help you with those straight edges. And then when you're finished, make sure to erase all of your pencil marks. Okay, now we're ready to turn our flat letters into 3-dimensional objects using our vanishing point. I would put your vanishing point in the bottom right-hand corner of your paper. There's no need to draw your orthogonal lines all the way to the vanishing point. Instead, make a horizontal line where you would like the end of your letters to stop. And then connect your corners of each letter to the vanishing point and just stop at that horizontal line. Okay, once you've drawn the orthogonal lines that connect to the vanishing point, you're ready to end the shape on the sides. Remember, as if this were a square or a rectangle in one-point perspective, you just draw the parallel lines. So what happens on one side happens on the other side. If it's a curved edge, like that O, it's going to be a curved edge on the back side of it. If it's a vertical line, it'll be a vertical line. If it's a horizontal line, it'll be a horizontal line. Okay, when you're finished, trace all of your lines neatly using a ruler and a pen. And now we're ready to shade. You can shade using anything. In this case, I'm just going to use a number 2 pencil. We probably all have number 2 pencils somewhere in our home. So you need to figure out where your light source is, and you're going to pay attention to where that light source is and make sure you're consistent throughout the shading of the entire word. So I'm going to have the inside edges of my letters be pretty dark. The bottom will be lighter because I'm going to pretend like the light source is hitting the bottom of the letters themselves. And then the face of the letter is going to be left paper white. Remember, if you don't have any art supplies at home, you can use anything to smudge the pencil. Your finger, tissue, cotton ball, Q-tip. In this case, I'm using my finger, and then as my finger accidentally gets out of the lines, I'll just erase the smudges away. If you have a rounded or curved letter, don't freak out. You're just going to blend it as if it's a curved edge. Remember what we did with the sphere, remember what we did with the cylinders in class. It's the same concept. You're going to have a dark edge and it's going to have a nice smooth transition into a lighter value. Okay, when you have shaded in all of the edges and sides of your letters, you're ready for the next step, which is to draw in a cast shadow. For the cast shadow, you can have a diagonal line, you can have it come out as far as you'd like, but then after that, you're going to want to make sure that your edges of your shadow are parallel and match the sides of the letters themselves. Don't forget the negative space. You can see that triangle that's formed between the E and the P. I'm going to add in that space on the shadow. Same with the P and the O. Another triangle, I'm going to add that in and mimic what I see. And now it's time to shade in those shadows. Use a dark value. Press hard. The last and final step of this project is to make it seem as if the words are popping out past the picture plane. In order to do that, we're going to need to cut away some of the paper. So what I would like you to do is to draw a rectangle around your words so that it looks like the words are coming off of the page. So the rectangle is smaller than the drawing that you have created. Next, you'll use scissors and you'll cut right along the edge that you drew and right along the edge of the letters themselves. Cut neatly and slowly and precisely. And just like that, you're finished. Go ahead and tilt the paper so that it appears that the orthogonal lines are vertical to you, and it'll look as if the words are popping off of the picture plane. Congratulations, you're all done.